on Twitter.
Yeah, I've seen it on Twitter too, but like, there's nothing like even on the NBA's website. Where's a fucking bracket? Am I wrong for being mad, or do you guys agree? Like, how am I supposed to March Madness? I can see a bracket. I can go on Google and see like the group. Like, I have no idea.
The in-season tournament's been a huge success. It's just nobody really knows when or what is going on
Booyah.
until it's on.
Okay.
Which imagine that. Imagine taking the success it's having and then doing a better job of sharing the details. Like this has a bright future, I
Is
feel
it
like.
is it that
Yeah,
successful? Like, let's be honest. Is
that
it?
it's that
I
successful.
don't know.
It's hugely successful. You got dudes running up the scoreboard and up 30.
All
These
right.
guys want it.
Did you just say that because that's what we started talking the show about?
Yeah, it's a
This is
it's a great example though.
okay. So let's start off with the Lakers and Suns, and let's talk right here. Who do you guys have in front of? Okay, because this is just single elimination. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Just we're going one game and you're out, right? It's knockout.
Yep, you are correct.
All right, Lakers versus Suns. Let's hear from the Lakers fan himself, Jackson. What do you think about this? Is this an easy dub for King James and the
Mm-hmm.
boys?
Yep.
Is Brad now? It's Henry. Is Bradley Beal or Devin Booker playing?
No Beal,
Doesn't
yes
matter.
book.
Any other injuries for the Suns or Lakers that we should be aware of?
Where
Because
should
right,
I start?
The
Gabe
the Lakers
Vincent.
are healthy with the exception of Gabe Vincent. Jared Vanderbilt is back, making his
Oh, let's
second consecutive
go.
appearance. He logged 14 minutes on Saturday, and the Suns are healthy with the exception of Beal and Eric Gordon, who is questionable.
two things. Josh
When does
Gordon.
that? When is that? Sorry.
Wait, go. What did you say?
When's that game?
It's tonight at 10 p.m. Oh, yeah, it's tomorrow at 10 p.m.
Oh,
Tomorrow at 10 p.m. My apology. Tomorrow
oh,
at
the two games on tonight are in season. Oh, let's
yeah,
go.
yeah, tonight and tomorrow. So
Nice.
first off, Joshua George said, "Have you guys seen Good Burger? Welcome to Good Burger, home with the Good Burger. How may I take your order?" No.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys are lames. But Karma Electra is the chicken there. So Rocket News says his predictions are Lakers, Kings, Bucks, Celtics. I think right here, group consensus is the Lakers are going to take the Tuesday game, the second Tuesday game, and for the first Tuesday game, because I guess we're going to work backwards. Bucks, Knicks. Oh wait, Jackson took Lakers. I took Lakers. Henry, what'd you take?
Give me the Suns.
Give you the Suns. All
Give me the
righty.
Suns.
Let's move over to the
L take. L's in the chat.
L's in the chat. So we're going to go over to the Bucks Knicks. What do you guys think of that matchup? Do you think it's going to be a slaughter, or do you think the Knicks have a chance to go up against the Bucks?
Julius Randle's been playing really well recently, so I will go Bucks by 15.
Henry, any injuries we should be aware of?
I am also going to take the Bucks. Dame has been playing extremely well lately. Milwaukee is
Figuring out.
healthy. No, they have a few players questionable, but Milwaukee's mostly healthy, and the Knicks are healthy as well. I'm taking the Bucks.
I'm in agreement. I will be taking the Bucks. I think the Bucks have been picking up steam, and I do have questions though against the Bucks's like perimeter defense. If Emmanuel quickly and Jalen Brunson get going, might be a little harder to stop. I think this one could
Quickly's
be a
done.
point.
I feel like Quickly's done nothing this year.
He's the second in run. He's since right now. If the season ended, he'd be second place to who the fuck was there? They saying he's the front runner for six man of the year. I'm literally blanking on it right now. It's another guard. It's no. Is it Chris Paul? They're saying he's first. I don't think
Ooh.
No, I didn't think there was a clear front runner.
they literally Hoops Hype wrote an article yesterday where they polled executives and they said right now Emmanuel quickly would be second, sixth man. I gotta pull this up 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Okay, right here. They had I know Malik Monk was in third place. Let me see. Filters. Time. Past
Tim
week.
Hardaway's been getting buckets.
Right? Cole Anthony. Cole Anthony is who they have in first place. Fuck you.
Yeah, I wouldn't consider him a clear front runner for it.
They said like right now, if the season ended today, Cole Anthony's the front runner because just like look at his stats. He's leaps and bounds above everyone else. All right, now let's get
Quickly?
no Cole Anthony, you fucking
Oh,
bitch.
I was gonna say like,
Quickly is his second, but like if you look at Cole,
15, like that's good. Just yeah, clear front runner.
is Cole Anthony. I was saying
Yeah,
is if
glad.
the season ended today. Let's talk about the first game, East Coast game, Pacers versus Celtics, number one offense in NBA history, going against the clear dominant dogs of the East right now, the Boston Celtics. No Kristaps Porzingis. Any other injuries we should be aware of, Henry?
Tyrese Halliburton is questionable with an illness. He didn't play Saturday. Obi Toppin is questionable with an ankle sprain.
Alrighty.
So I would assume that Halliburton is on track to play.
He, from what I understood this morning when I looked, Halliburton is playing.
I'm taking Boston though.
Joshua George says he thinks the Celtics or Bucks are going to win the entire thing. He feels like the East will win. Now, I think right here I'm taking Boston. Though, because there's no Kristaps Porzingis and the Celtics struggle with size, there is a chance that Miles Turner and Isaiah Jackson have a great day.
But those are two bigs that don't really impose their size.
15 and 6.
Is that Miles Turner? Wow.
My stat line for Miles Turner.
I thought you were
15
saying
and 6.
I thought you were saying for the season. I was like, I didn't know it was that low. Dude,
He's
Isaiah
probably
Jackson.
16 and 7.
Isaiah Jackson though has been on a mission. Like he comes in playing with so much energy. Derpy Entertainment says he's got Kings versus Celtics in the finals. Shout out Derpy Entertainment. But I do think it'll be interesting right here. I'm going to take the Celtics because the Pacers have historically the second worst offense of all time. I mean, defense of all time, even though they have the best offense of all time. I think you take Tyrese Halliburton out the game, which they have Drew Holiday, the Celtics, and the Pacers will crumble.
Pretty amazing to see Indiana beat Miami without him, score 140 points without him the other night. That intrigues me. I should watch some film on that.
Or watch their next game. I'm kidding. But who you got, Jackson?
Celtic.
Henry?
Celtics.
All right, we're doing it. Everybody here, we took Celtics. So far, we got Lake Show, Bucks, and Celtics. All three of us have stayed the same. Final game we have right here for tonight's tourney is the Kings versus Pelicans. And any injuries we should be aware of, Henry. For this one, I have not looked at it. Are we getting CJ McCollum is there, Brandon Ingram is there, Trey Murphy's back, correct me if I'm wrong. Anybody else that we should be aware of that might be in or out?
Nope, both of these teams are fully healthy. Fox is coming off a 26-point, 16 assist, 1 turnover game on Saturday. Trey Murphy logged 22 minutes in his debut, and then he rested in the back half of the back-to-back, so he should be probably on some type of minutes restriction, but should be moderately fresh.
Alrighty. So right there we go. Oh, this one gets tough. Okay, because the Kings, they're weird because they're not the number one offense like they were a year ago, okay? But they're not the worst defense in the league like they were a year ago. Basically, Mike Brown said this leading up to the season, the preseason, that he was willing to sacrifice offense to get better at defense. Now they're basically, correct me if I'm wrong, middle of the pack at both stats. And I think it brings up a great question with when you're playing against a team like the Pelicans, where the Pelicans, they're starting to pick up steam themselves, all right? And I think right now it will be definitely interesting to see who out of these two teams are going to be better defensively. On paper, I think I would take the Pelicans to be the better defensive team. But I think the Kings have shown the Kings superstars, Domantas Sabonis and De'Aaron Fox, are a bit more consistent than CJ McCollum, Brandon Ingram, and Zion Williamson, in my opinion. What are your guys' thoughts on this matchup?
Oh,
You said that the Kings are more consistent than the Pelicans, correct?
I said the Kings' top players, De'Aaron Fox and Domantas Sabonis, are more consistent contributors than Zion Williamson, Brandon Ingram, and CJ McCollum.
Yes, okay. I agree with that. Gosh, this is such an interesting game for conflicting styles. I do think that Zion is going to be a problem, but I'm going to take the Kings. I think that tempo wise, they're going to make New Orleans struggle.
I can get behind that. Jackson,
Pelicans.
why you choose the Pelicans?
Just think they're gonna win.
You don't think that like better? I mean, when I look at this right now, like from a statistical standpoint, I think like, oh, I love Zion and they've been pulling up. Oh damn, dude, the Athletic had a great. They had the odds, the spreads on here. I don't know why I didn't do that. But the Pelicans right now, I haven't seen what their defensive ranking on the season is, but they're the 14th. This is incredibly. Listen to this. The Pelicans, okay, are the 16th ranked offense, 14th ranked defense. Net rating is 15th. You want to see the Kings? The Kings are literally almost identical. 14th, 19th, and 19th.
Which really is amazing for how different these teams are.
Yeah, 3-point percentage, both 35%. These teams are eerily similar statistically, which is interesting. I think a big matchup will be Sabonis versus Valanciunas. Who's going to be the Zion stopper? I think, Zion's going to be Jackson choosing the Pelicans. Zion's going to be a problem, but I mean, one thing that's interesting is the Kings are one of the best three-point shooting teams, while the Pelicans are one of the worst three-point shooting teams, even though the Pelicans are one of the best field goal teams in the league. Like, if you just look at these numbers. So, yeah, I think you brought up a good point, Henry. It's going to be I think this is the most interesting matchup because of their conflicting styles of play. I think that was well said. Because Sacramento they write right here, Sacramento defeated OKC, San Antonio, Minnesota, Golden State in group play. New Orleans lost to Houston but beat Dallas, Denver, and the Clippers. During the group play, the point differential for Sacramento was plus 30, scoring a respectable 483 points while allowing 452 points in those games. Let me just show you, this is great. 6 teams in the tournament had a higher point differential than the Kings. So right here, this game where the Kings are 5-2, Pelicans are 3-5 on the road, and even though the Pelicans won those games, they won those games without CJ McCollum and Trey Murphy, so they are back on strength. So I think it definitely is going to be an interesting one. If anything, this is one that I would say that the New Orleans Pelicans would cover the spread. If I had to bet, I would take Pelicans covering the spread personally. You guys?
They are 2-0 against the Kings this year.
They are? And that's unhealthy, right?
So it looks like both games were without CJ.
And Trey.
Unhealthy. Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah. Zion is combined for 51 points on 22 of 32 shooting.
All right, so looking at this, I'm going to take the Pelicans. I'm going Pelicans right here because the more I think about it, there's nobody to stop Zion Williamson.
Yeah, the size of New Orleans is an issue.
That's what I was going to say.
Very serious issue.
Because Sabonis is going to have to go against Valanciunas. CJ McCollum and Herb Jones are going to take turns on Brandon Ingram and De'Aaron Fox. I think they got there. There's really no one who's going to be able to slow down. I don't believe Keegan Murray or Harrison Barnes will be able to stop.
But that's who it's going to be. It's going to be that duo.
That's what I'm saying, against Zion. And I have just from there, I'm going to join Jackson and take the Pelicans right here. And